pirate podcast. I'm excited that we wound up being able to find the time for this. Let me know if that volume level is okay or if it's too loud. It still looks really loud. Is that okay? Bobbity boopy. Bobbity boopity beepity bop. Music's good now? It's great? Okay, fantastic. Yeah. I'm glad that I'm able to do a little stream before everything tonight. I'm so sorry that I did not tweet out anything about what was going on. It was like a not family emergency, but just like we really need someone to watch our kid and no one can. And I was like, I mean, I guess I can do it and try to like do a little stream before Misdemeanor, maybe see if that works out. And then just didn't say anything to y'all. Then just didn't say anything. And then it was 1:30 and I was like, oh, no. No. So, on the plus side, Clarky got to hang out with one of her cousins, which was nice. And, 2 hours in, they were having a blast, had not fought at all, were sharing really nicely, doing great. Everything was wonderful. And then at like the 2.5 hour mark is when they both just really wanted to sabotage the rest of each other's days. So, yeah. On the fortunate side, Clarky went to sleep really early because, a bit more active than usual. On the unfortunate side, she was really like sniffly and seemed a little like pre-sicky. So hopefully she wakes up and is like, just kidding. It was all a goof. I was just very tired from all the playing. The best part is that music's still loud. I can turn it down some more. Let me know if that's okay. The best part was that this kid, this sweet child that I love very much, not mine, the alternate, the second child of my day, has like pretty bad constipation problems. And while they were with us, definitely had a few really terrible accidents. And I was like, I'm glad that, better out than in. But good Lord. there was a point where Sam just came in the kitchen and was like, I just need to stand here for a second. The poor kid, thank God we have a couch with like removable everything. He was just like, I just need a second. What's the pirate thing? I'm on a D&D show every Saturday night. That's like a found family pirate game. And so we are, doing a Saturday evening DOOGER instead of a Saturday morning DOOGER, with the plans for it to butt up immediately into Misdemeanor. So I can just raid Brett and send y'all over there if you'd like to see me play a shitty, egotistical 14-year-old, then please, by all means. Thank you, John. Appreciate it. How are you? this is great. Thank you. I love him. We were talking, I can't remember if this happened on camera, like during the show or not, but last week we were talking about like when you get to a point where you realize like, oh, if this character dies, I'm gonna be a mess. And I think it was Laura was saying like, I've never had a character, and like obviously Massey as well, this is the first like real D&D that Massey's ever played, so they were both like, I've never lost a character before. I've never had a character die. I don't know what's gonna happen if something happens to this character because I'm attached now. And I was like, oh yeah. Yup. I understand that. I'm so behind on the VODs, but I'll catch up one day. Yeah. The last like 3 or so episodes were so good. Highly recommend. I've been playing since October of last year. I haven't lost a character yet. I switched out a character, but he didn't die. I've had characters die in like really epic, incredible ways. I've had characters retire in really epic, incredible ways. And I've also had characters die to really stupid shit. Just really dumb shit that upset me deeply. When your first D&D character dies, you think about quitting D&D forever. If it's a character that you've grown like really attached to, yeah, it's hard to bounce back after that. Which one was the stupidest? The stupidest death was probably Juliet on West Marches. It was just a mob. It wasn't like an epic situation. It was just a mob that killed her. And the scene, like the scenario that Steven set after she died was really cool because at the time she was like pregnant with a weird like hag baby. But the way that she died was just like not... It was just a thing that we ran into on the way to a bigger thing. And it just killed her. And I was like, what the fuck? It sucked. But what can you do? Yeah, she was based on Adore Delano. Party. Hi, Lunchy. Yeah. It was very sad. Most of my characters have just lived through to the end of the campaign, which is great. I'm very blessed. I've had a character die way too many times, and the DM was too nice and just kept letting people try to bring me back. That was my first character. He felt really bad that I kept dying, but I was an idiot. Like a big dum-dum with this character. I did not know how to play them correctly at all. And so I died over and over again. And the group at one point was like, why do we keep bringing this character back? The character's name was Tack. Why do we keep bringing Tack back? No one liked me. I was a piece of shit. I got everybody in trouble constantly. And they finally, in character, had a conversation where they were like, why do we keep bringing Tack back? Tack sucks. So, there you go. So yeah. I'm not a big fan of involuntary character death. I mean, sometimes your characters are gonna die and you weren't ready for it. That's absolutely like the nature of the game. And your hope as the DM is that you are planning encounters in a way where it would be basically impossible for your group to die to trash mobs, right? But it happens. And then later you're on a stream and somebody's like, what's the dumbest way someone died? And you're like, my character in a dream sucked a hag's boobie and then got pregnant. And the way she died was just to some fucking monster on the road. And then the hag showed up and ripped the baby out of her body and vanished. And that part was pretty epic. But not excited for my character. Felt hard done by, if I'm being honest. On the plus side, everyone who was there that day and watched me die, was given a boon because they had seen something that was like beyond the veil, basically, which was really interesting, and I thought that was a cool touch, that like they saw something that no one was supposed to see, you know. So I think it was Zeke's character and one other character, I can't remember who exactly, but was it Ko? That's what you get for sucking on Dream Titty. Look, she was like, I can't even remember the exact situation, but she was basically like, I'll do you a favor. It was a favor for Zeke's character. He was like, this witch was like, is anybody willing to drink this thing? And we'll just see what happens, basically. And my character was absolutely the sort of person to not consider consequences. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it, whatever. And drank it, fell asleep, and in the dream saw, I can't even remember what the name of it was, but it was like a weird hag with a bunch of boobs. And Steven was like, it wants you to suck at the teat. Do you do so? And I was like, I guess so. And then when I woke up, I was pregnant. And the witch was like, nice. Sure, I'll give you the information you want. And I was like, what the fuck? No, I didn't get to have a baby. My character died on the road. I was just saying. It was anticlimactic because I spent so long like being pregnant and then went on an adventure and was killed on the road by a trash mob, and then the many-tittied hag showed up and ripped the baby out of my body, and that was how my character died. Very cool. That's the Lumpkin special. Oh my god, I was doing some I don't think I can say what it was for yet, but I was doing some voice acting recording yesterday. My throat hurts so badly. And at a certain point in the direction, they were like, can you go like a bit, like, can we get a bit more intensity out of this from you? And I was like, I would love to give you more intensity. My throat hurts so bad. And they were like, oh, whoops. Okay, never mind. You miss Steven. He still DMs. He does Sunfall Cycle on Jesse's channel, I believe. That's been going for a while, hasn't it? How many episodes do they have of that? I say as I look away. Tell me about this thing. Looks at my hand. Around 100 episodes? God damn. That's great. Are there tricks to building vocal endurance? Oh, absolutely. There's absolutely training you can do to like have a gravelly or like you know, more of like metal, like scream metal sort of quality to your voice, and have it not hurt your throat at all. But it takes training and you have to know what to do. I do not have that training. I would love to. But I don't have training in that. I don't know how to do that. So, but there's also, if you've ever wanted to like expand your vocal range, definitely look into, like trans vocal coaches, 'cause they're incredible at helping you like reach like a natural feeling lower note, a natural feeling higher note, you know, that sort of stuff, with just your speaking. Okay, I'm almost done, guys. Eat sand? Yeah, that's what I think you should do. Eat sand every day. Eat sand every day. Love the hair. Why, thank you. It's in a ponytail. Okay. Now I just let it dry. Now she dry. How are you guys doing? How was your day? A Shetland ponytail. I need to... Both Sam and I were like, we should really take showers before we start streaming. And then just like one thing after another just kept like, Sam was like, well, I'm gonna like do some of the dishes and take out the trash and stuff. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna like feed the chickens and the cats and blah, 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 blah. And eventually we were like, well, have a good stream. So, you know. I have 3 chickens. I'm trying to like not ruin my nail polish, so chickens. Can you sum up your last 3 years? I stopped watching Twitch when I got a puppy. Well, my child is a little over 3 years old. I don't know if when you were watching last, if I had a kid. I have a 3-year-old kid. I am living in England now. I have chickens. My coffee company is about to turn 4 years old. Crazy. Jesse Cox and I started a game company. We haven't fully created or produced a game yet, but a lot of stuff is in the works and it's been very fun. What else? I don't know. How much work are chickens? Honestly, not that much work at all. They shit everywhere though. They poop everywhere. They just are always pooping. So that's the worst part. Same. What the fuck? Guys, what's happening? Hi, Brett. The poop is good for gardening. It's not great as a person who wants to be barefoot at all times, because I will always go outside barefoot if I can. And since having chickens, I'll start to go outside barefoot and then be like, all right, there's poop everywhere. Yeah, that's true. You can't tell right now, but we recreated the old Dodger hair, the foxtail hair. That was very cool. So yeah. I would always rather be barefoot. You know how I said that I finally bought chicken wire to like set up an area that the chickens are allowed to go and like keep the rest of the area clean? Hilariously, the only thing that refuses to show up is the actual pegs that have to go in the ground that you like attach the fencing to. It's lost in the wind. I'm one bad day away from just going to B&Q. But I thought I'll make it easy on myself. I'll just order it because I always forget. And now look at me with egg on my face. With chicken eggs on my face. It's just in a ponytail. I appreciate it though. Oh my god. I was at my parents' a few weeks ago. I mostly walk around barefoot there. After half a day, my mom mentions that they dropped a glass in the kitchen. I should wear something on my feet. What? Because I am a big time barefoot person, if something shatters on the ground, I will literally sweep, vacuum, sweep again, vacuum again. I would rather just spend like half an hour or longer making sure that I feel safe walking around barefoot than put on shoes or socks. I can't imagine. Yeah, pretty much all of us are barefoot. Unless it's freezing. If it's really cold, I'll put on socks, but like it has to be pretty cold. How many mugs do you estimate or think you have now? Well, again, I moved from America to England. I did not take all of my mugs with me. That would have been a wild move on my part. So I currently have, I think I counted the other day. I had moved here with 12. 2 broke, then 2 more broke. I bought 2, 3, I was given 1, and we bought 1 for Clarky. So I have like 15 or 16, something like that. Did you keep the camera lens mug? So there are a few, this is funny actually, there are a few mugs, including my like really nice Polly Cat Gang mug, that are still at the old office. And I didn't even think to go there and get them. So I've like told them like, hey, there are a couple of mugs that are there that I want you to keep safe for me, please. Intense thinking about mugs. Well, when we got here and unpacked them after they showed up, I was really sad that a couple had broken. One of them I've kept to like try and continue to utilize as a planter because I just love the mug so much. And then Sam broke 2 of them in a row, basically. Like in the same week, 2 mugs were broken. And so we had gone to the store and we saw a couple mugs that we liked, so we bought those. as like replacements because they were 2 of our big mugs. So we got 2 replacement, like pretty big mugs. And Clark got me a mug that says "I love you, Mummy." And Clark also wanted a mug. So Clark now has her own like tiny mug that's very cute. Father-in-law wears shoes always until bed. It's insanity. Yeah, my parents wear shoes all day long. All day long, no matter what, and I will never understand. I get it with my dad because my dad has so many back problems that like the support of specific shoes is really, really helpful for him. So he has like shoes that help him move around better that he will wear all day long. But yeah, the way that I grew up was absolutely in one of those American houses where everyone wore shoes all day long in the house, outside of the house, back in the house, outside of the house. That was not weird at all. Do people in the UK wear shoes inside? Generally, people take their shoes off, but it's not a huge deal. Like, say that you're just coming in for a minute and you keep your shoes on to like, and you like walk into the kitchen to be like, hey, what's up? And then leave. It's not like, I cannot believe that he wore his sneakers into the kitchen, right? Like it's not, at least from my experience, it's not like a huge faux pas to keep your shoes on if it's only for a minute. And sometimes it has to do with like there are certain areas of the house where it's like it's fine to wear your shoes in certain areas of the house but not other areas, right? I wouldn't care unless people went upstairs. So that's generally how my mother-in-law feels. It's like the downstairs, it's all easy to clean. You know, I clean it every day anyway. If you're going to continue to wear your shoes for some reason, it's fine. I would prefer that everybody took their shoes off, but if you're like in and out, if like people are outside and they're like walking in for a second and then leaving again, I don't really care. But she definitely does not want you going upstairs with shoes on. My mother-in-law cleans every day, yeah. My mother and father-in-law are compulsive cleaners. For my mother-in-law, it's like it's her time of calm. Doing the dishes, doing the laundry, mopping the floors, like those things are like her zone out and just be with your thoughts sort of activities. She like needs it. My mother recently secretly did dishes after we went to bed. We tried to forbid her because she was our guest. Aw. I would say that I vacuum. If I can vacuum every day, I do. But I generally vacuum every like 2 or 3 days. Like if I want to give you a consistent number, it's every 2 or 3 days because I have a toddler and I have 2 cats and 2 adults, right? Like we contribute to it, but there's just It's really hard to fight off the part of your brain that's like, what's even the fucking point? You like clean a room and your kid goes in there and you're like, I'm just gonna go grab something from the kitchen really quick. You go into the kitchen, you come back in and you're like, it doesn't even look like I cleaned it. What happened in here? What happened? Right? Like, it's insane. It happens so quickly. Every 3 days is the same for me. 3 adults, 5 cats, 1 dog. Yeah, people keep being like, I don't understand why you don't get like a robot vacuum, right? Why don't you get like a Roomba sort of a thing? But again, this house is really patchwork. Every single floor is on a different level. I don't know how else to put it. There's like a lip of difference between every single room, and I have no confidence that a robot vacuum isn't gonna get stuck. It would definitely help anyway, but I don't know. Yeah, when we had a Roomba in oh my god, where did we live first? In Los Angeles. When we had a Roomba in Los Angeles, it got stuck all the fucking time. All the time. It would be under the couch and be like, where am I? It's dark, and just stop working. Like, I'm sure that they've improved. I'm sure that the technology is better now. But like, this thing got stuck all the time. Yeah, I would also just tell it to not go anywhere near the litter box. No, thank you. I don't need you getting cat poop inside all your shit. My robot gets stuck everywhere. I have cat toys, so it eats them up and then it complains. That sounds right. I keep wondering where my phone is and then remembering, oh right, it's in Clarky's room. Generally, she's been falling asleep to fairy music. So like, I have like 3 classical music for sleeping playlists, and one of those will have a song that she wants to listen to. But what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, we like went in there and we were like, okay, we're gonna read books. And she was like fighting everything so much that I looked at Sam and I was like, I think the second that she's in bed, she's gonna just fall asleep. So she got in bed and I was about to start reading another book and she was like, I think I just want to sleep. And we were like, she was like, I think I just want to sleep. Daddy, can you pat my head? And he was like, sure, honey. And was like patting her head while the music was playing. And she just fucking zonked instantly. We're like, oh, bless this sweet bab. So, asleep a whole hour earlier than usual, but she needed it. She was at that point where, like, that I've talked about before, where toddlers get to a point where they ask you for something and then they'll insist that they don't want it. Or they'll ask you to do something and then they'll be mad that you did it because they wanted to do it. But then if you're like, okay, you do it, then they'll be pissed that you're not doing it, right? Like, there's this point where, like, no matter what you do, it's the wrong thing. And that, at this point now, reads to Sam and I as, oh, you're exhausted. Oh, no, you're very tired, you poor thing. So, it's a very good cue for us. Kristen Stewart People have been saying that recently, that I look like Kristen Stewart, which is really interesting because I've been getting Hayley Williams my entire life. That must be what happens to all the grumpy surgeons I know. You do the paperwork. No, shut up. I'll do the paperwork. Did you do the paperwork? Why not? I thought you were gonna do the paperwork. It's the hair. She does have the short swoop, huh? I never really see the comparison with anyone, including Hayley Williams. So if enough people mention it, I assume there must be something there, even if I can't tell. It's kind of like my mom and her sister are identical twins. And so when people meet them, they go, "Oh my God, are you guys twins?" Right, that whole thing. Shout out to all the twins in chat who just cringed into the ether. But anyways, but I've never ever thought that they looked anything alike because I've known them my whole life, right? And I feel like it's somewhat similar that, like, if somebody sees me and says, "Oh, you look like so and so," I've been looking at my own face for so long. I know that sounds weird, but like I've been looking at my face for, 30 something years. So if I look at another person's face, I'm like, no, that's not what I look like. Yeah, it's weird because I didn't understand that they were identical twins until I was older. Which is strange. I realized it. I have such a vivid memory of being at a grocery store with my mom and her sister, and somebody was like, "Oh my gosh, are you guys twins?" And they were like, "Yeah." She was like, "Oh my gosh, you look identical." And I was like, "No, they don't." And then they were talking about it in the car. Because for like basically my whole life growing up, they lived in different states. So it was rare for them to get together. They were like, "Oh, that was so crazy." Because like it's been forever since somebody has pointed out that we're twins, that were like identical twins. And I was like, oh my God, do they look the same to people? And it was the wildest moment. It was so wild to me. I must have been like a preteen or something. I was just like, what the fuck? Do people think they look the same? That's crazy. It blew my mind. Rusty Quill, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you. Welcome, guys. We're hanging out, drinking some coffee, talking about life. And then I'm going to shoot everybody over to a D&D game that I'm in like an hour. So if that sounds like a good vibe to you, please hang out. I appreciate it. It's just the hair, chat. It's just the hair. Sounds like a good vibe. What character do you play? I play a 14-year-old sorcerer named Alis, who's a storm sorcerer. So that's been fun. For the first, I want to say like 5+ years that I played D&D, I did not play spellcasters at all because I was terrified of them, and this is my first sorcerer character that I've ever played. Which is very fun. It's been very fun. If you like Five from Umbrella Academy, or Damian Wayne from the Batverse, or I don't know, Artemis Fowl from the Artemis Fowl books. If you like that archetype of just like a young, kind of egotistical, talented, completely lacks common sense sort of character, that's basically what I play in, in our D&D game currently. The first character I played was a healer and I immediately regretted it. Oof. I cannot imagine playing a healer in my first D&D game. I've still never played a cleric. I've still never played somebody who has like primarily heals because it terrifies me. Never played a bard. I've never played a cleric. Like nothing like that. A storm sorcerer. It's like supplemental, but it's official. And it's basically, it's a lot of like thunder and lightning sort of stuff. And so the boons that you get are like at the very beginning, as a bonus action, you can use the wind to basically like lift you up and move somewhere. And eventually like way down the line, you're completely immune to thunder and lightning damage. If you do a thunder or lightning spell, like a spell that has those aspects to it, you do extra damage based on your proficiency bonus, like stuff like that. It's fun. And since it's a pirate game, it is extremely useful. It's extremely useful. You know, when you're out there trying to do the sails and it's pouring rain and you're able to just like be like, I don't want the rain to hit me anymore. It's great. I want to play a mage hunting barbarian, but I'm stuck DMing for now. I'm trying to put a group together, like an IRL group, of my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, my other sister-in-law, and then kind of a newer friend that I have out here. I'm trying really hard to see if I can like get a group together. Because I ran a short game. I ran like a one-shot for my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, my sister-in-law, and then my husband was a player, but my husband and I have played a ton. And so everybody else was new players, and we taught them how to play. And my mom and my sister got so into it. They had such a blast. And so I was like, man, I wonder if they'd be down to like play again. So I messaged both of them basically, and basically being like, no pressure. I would love to, play again. I know we had talked about playing some more. I'm thinking about putting together like just a group of like a bunch of the ladies in the family. If people are interested, I think it could be fun. We could just all like goof around. And they were both like, yes, yeah, let's do that. That sounds great. So I'm very excited. So that'll be like a consistent DMing thing for me, if I can get a full group together. So that's awesome. My mom, that's what I call her. I call her my mother-in-law on stream because I don't want people to get confused. But in real life, I call her mom. Mom and dad. That's my kid. One sec. BRB. Okay, hello, I'm back. Hello. Somebody was saying that you can now see the image on the stream while an ad is playing. That's pretty tight, if that's true. That's pretty sick nasty. Shane! Shane, are you ready for pirates? Pirates. I guess that's kind of a spoiler. Shane's on pirates now. Shane's on pirates now, FYI. Boat time. It's not a pixie cut. It's just in a ponytail. But the 10 weeks of old DOOGER hair end in the middle of September. Oops. It's fine. It's fine. Just watch Misdemeanor, you goofballs. Why is the door barricaded? Because my child woke up, but actually managed to put herself back to sleep, which I'm going to take that as yet another sign that she's exhausted. But it made me go, I should probably put the barricade up because she's like coughing a little bit when she wakes up. So eventually it could wake her up enough that she's like, where's my mom? It's the Clark alarm, exactly. I know, poor baby. Poor baby. Oh, where are my earrings? What the fuck? I don't have my earrings in. I'm taking them out. Oh, I wonder where those are. They're small, so when they're not on me, I worry that they're lost. Yeah, she can totally move this. It's just an alarm now. It's not like it'll keep her out. It's like if she goes to open the door, it will bump into that first and give me plenty of time to do this. You know? So. You're weight training her. She's weight training me. I pick her up every goddamn day. My sweet love. My little darling. She's so cute. Gotta get her started on Rock Lee weights early. I miss Rock Lee. I miss when times were simpler. I miss when Naruto was simpler. I miss when I first saw the Chunin exam and was like, this is the tightest shit. It cannot get cooler than this. And I was correct. Somebody's about to be like, how dare you? Clark will 100% grow up to be taller than Dukes. Not 100%, but I think there is a very high percentage that she will be taller than me. Yeah. I finally decided to try watching Naruto because I'm caught up on literally everything else right now. Do you read manga at all, Shane? We read Kaiju number 8 for MangaPod, and it's pretty good, like popcorn shonen shit. My favorite shonen of all time. I mean, that's so hard because at different stages in my life, it's been a different one. At one stage, I would have said Naruto. And then Naruto went on long enough that it stopped being Naruto. At one point it was Bleach, and then Bleach went on long enough that it stopped being Bleach, right? Like, every single one of them has gone on long enough that I've reached the point where I was like, oh, the magic's gone. And I think that's so sad. I think it's one of the reasons that I was really okay with not reading My Hero anymore. Because I still really love My Hero Academia. And I know the pattern. And I'm just waiting. I'm really worried for the day when I'm watching it or reading it and I go, oh, I don't like this anymore. I don't want that to happen, so I'm just like putting it off as long as I can. I have problems comprehending speech without reading it. Same. I put closed captioning on absolutely everything. And sometimes it drives Sam crazy, but he's gotten really used to it now. He like doesn't even mention it anymore. So everything that we watch has closed captions. Yeah, One Piece I got to a certain point with, and for some reason didn't continue it, and I keep thinking to myself, like, I need to just buckle down and read One Piece instead of watching it. And I know that the animation in the anime is fucking incredible at a certain point. I'm sure that there are certain fights that it would really behoove me to like go and watch after I've read them, but like We did. Oh my god, Shane, I completely forgot that was with you. Yeah, Shane, that's so funny. Shane and I watched One Piece at our old house in Los Angeles. There isn't an abridged version of One Piece, but there are lists. There are filler lists for basically every major anime that has filler. Somebody's made a list that's like, these are the episodes you have to watch. One Piece does a really annoying thing where sometimes they'll have filler episodes that end with something important. So like, if you didn't watch the episode, you'll miss out on like a blip of important information at the end of the filler episode. Like it's meant to like lead into the next thing. There's a condensed version called One Pace. Well, there you go. Yeah, I think a lot of them try to create a situation where whatever filler they've made is stuff that they can reference again later. In Naruto, all of the stuff before Shippuden, which was like, oh my god, like 90 something episodes of just filler before they were like, maybe we'll just like hard cut and do Shippuden instead. But like all of those episodes basically were just throwaway, like, man, what are we gonna do about Sasuke sort of shit. Spoilers for Naruto, I guess. I'll keep it vague in case anybody is gonna be upset. But like, it was a lot of like, how to address the Sasuke problem for 90 something episodes. That was basically it. Dark times. Oh my god, I'm rewatching Hunter x Hunter in celebration of its 1,000 days of hiatus. 1,000 days? Oh my god. bleach filler was pretty good. We were dunking pretty hard on the the bleach filler arc where everybody's like zanpakutos like turned into hot people. Because that was another one where they had to like in the future reference like, remember how all of our swords can turn into people? That's canonical. It's fine. Yeah, you know, it's whatever. If I could fast forward to when Inosuke and Zenitsu are bearable in Demon Slayer, I'd do it. Oh my god. It won't surprise anybody to know that I love Inosuke. Inosuke is like the brand of obnoxious that I'm totally fine with. Zenitsu, I cannot stand though. Black nails? Yeah, I had them pink. This chips like really easily, so it immediately started chipping off. Unfortunately, I think it's a very pretty color though. So I was annoyed with it. So I took it off at the start of the stream and then put the like metallic black back on. Although I was thinking, oh, I actually totally forgot about this. I was thinking about doing the metal on all of them and then doing like an accent nail because I have bright orange. I thought about doing a bright orange accent nail, you know, to just really say to everybody, I wish that we were all fully into fall. I wish it was fall now. Do y'all recommend reading or watching Demon Slayer? The art in the Demon Slayer manga is pretty difficult to deal with. I definitely recommend the anime. The fights in the anime are gorgeous, absolutely beautiful, which makes it really difficult to watch the anime and then go read the manga because you're like, oh, it's hard. It's difficult to understand what's going on in this sometimes, which is a huge issue with action-based manga, is like, can the mangaka get across what's happening in this fight? I think that Attack on Titan had a huge problem with this. Basically the whole time. Basically up until the very end, until its dying breath, had issues with that. Demon Slayer has issues with that, yeah. So the anime I would definitely recommend far and away over the manga. The music's great, the animation's great, it's gorgeous. No, Attack on Titan's done. At least the manga's done. The anime, they were like, are you all ready for the final season? It's the final season. This shit's real now. And then they got through half of the final season and were like, and now you get to wait for another, I don't know, year or more for the other half of the final season. And everyone's like, what the fuck? Why did you say it was the final season when it's not? Nightmare. Any Gintama fans? Holy shit. I haven't watched Gintama since college. Since I was 20, I think. I think I was like 20 years old the last time I watched Gintama. I hate the trend of splitting seasons and calling them season 3 part 2 or seasons and seasons. Yeah. I also, it's absolutely like a get people really hyped up to watch this thing sort of ploy, and it bothers me a lot. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Yeah, it's for marketing reasons. And I think from their perspective, it's like, even if we drum up enough hype to get people to watch it, and then they're pissed when we take a long hiatus, they still watched it. And it's like, all right. Watch what? Exactly. Also, if you're legitimately asking, we're talking about the final season of Attack on Titan. I wasn't here. I answered. I used you for a goof, and I'm sorry about that. I haven't watched past season 1 still. So I watched season 1 and I think half of season 2, and I've read all of the manga. And the way I feel about it in general is, so take that how you will. I feel like that's the spoiler-freest way that I can give you my feelings on Attack on Titan. It's just, all right. Should I leave? No spoilers. No spoilers. Yes, Jujutsu Kaisen is so good. God damn it. When it ended, both Sam and I were like, fuck. God damn it. How long do we gotta wait for Jujutsu Kaisen season 2, dude? We're both just absolutely in love with that. The fights in that show were so good. They were so good. Like, so creative and dynamic, and like, they didn't do the thing where every fight had the same characters in it. Like, we had so many varied fights with so many characters. Fuck, it was great. It's just delicious. Yum yum. Jujutsu Kaisen was overhyped for me. Still very good, but people were talking about it like it was the GOAT of anime. That happens, doesn't it? That absolutely happens. Where people talk about something like it is just God's gift, and then you watch it and you're like, that was good. I think the thing, the genre or like type of media where that happens to me the most is stuff that has like a twist. You know, I hate that. I hate when movies or shows that have a big twist get really built up for me because I sit around waiting for it, you know? And then when it happens, you're like, all right. We're reading To Your Eternity for MangaPod this next week. I don't know anything about it. I haven't watched the anime. I haven't read the manga. I haven't read a full summary of it or anything, so I'm excited to read it because the people that have watched the anime and read the manga have said it's fantastic, so. Also, changing up the overlay for MangaPod is in the works, and I'm very excited. For anybody who missed it, we were talking about, I had said that like I really wanted to pitch that we transition away from using cams on MangaPod and instead have an overlay that has like kind of the lo-fi sort of VTuber option where it's two PNGs. One is like your inactive version and one is like your talking version, and just have all of us as little like you know, slightly animated things. And everyone was like, yeah, sounds good. So it's actually, we're actually like gonna do that, which is gonna be really nice, I think. Yeah, like I did on our Hollow Knight game. So, got an artist, and yeah, they just need to be drawn, and we need to figure out the best way to do it. But yeah, Danny was the one who came up with that idea. At the time, I had never seen that before. I've seen it a bunch since then, but at the time I hadn't seen that before. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder that too. Like maybe I had seen that before and it didn't really register to me what it was or how it worked. And then once I had to set it up for myself, I now recognize when people are doing the same thing, you know? A live 2D model of yourself? I don't know what that means. Do you just mean like a VTuber that looks like me? A VTuber model that looks like me? No, I wouldn't want it to look like me. That's boring. Monsters only. Creeps only. I don't want to look like me. I don't want to look like a cute anime girl. I don't want any of that shit. Monster Factory only. Monstersonly.com. Yeah, that's true. So like Ross, when Ross was going to make a model for himself, he was like, I want it to be me but a monster. I can get behind that idea. I could get behind like, what would I want my monster form to look like? Rat Queen. We could do that. Haha. And now I'm even in the misdemeanor chat, but with myself muted and deafened. So I'm ready to go. I don't have Roll20 or anything open. I'm ready. I'm ready to play. I think we're gonna do misdemeanor, and then Brett asked if I would be down to play a little bit of Final Fantasy XIV with him and Misei after the game. So might do that as well. We shall see. I won't stream it, but I'm playing with them too. Oh my god. That's my kid. One sec.
Hello, I'm back.
My sweetheart. Thank you. I appreciate the welcome back. She's awake again. Maybe. Fuck. Sorry, one more time. One more time. If it happens again, we'll just like go on to BRB until Brett goes live. Let's try this again. Hello? What's up? Hi. Hi. Poor Clarky. I went in there and she was sitting up and I was like, you okay? And she was like, my nose. Like, are you having trouble breathing through your nose? And she said, yeah. Do you want tissue? And she was like, yeah. So I went and I grabbed her tissue, and by the time I came back into her room, she was asleep. I was like, should I wait or try to... So I tried to like gently wake her up a little bit to be like, can I wipe your nose? And she like woke up a little and I was like, I'm gonna wipe your nose, okay? She was like kind of looking at me, and then when I went to wipe her nose, she was like, like she wasn't fully awake. I was like, oh no. I was like, sorry honey, I was just trying to wipe your nose for you. And she was like, I don't need you to wipe my nose. I just fell back to sleep and I was like, okay, I guess I'll just come back later. Maybe. We'll see. A ball's in your court, my darling. I know, poor baby. She loves, yeah, the steal the nose game. She loves doing that to Sam and I. Yeah, I don't need you. Back off. Yeah, especially with her being in preschool. It's expected that she'll come home with something. Like you just pray that you don't get it and that she kicks it quick and then it's no big. It's a hazardous being a parent, seriously. And you're just like, okay, look, if we're all gonna get this sickness, hopefully we'll take it in turns, right? Like hopefully Clark will be sick, and then typically what happens is I'll get sick and then Sam will get sick. But if we're all sick at the same time, it's terrible. She is. Yeah. Or are you saying that your kid is also 3? Either way, yeah. Yeah. Anytime he's like, oh, maybe I won't get sick. I'm like, why? Why did you say that? Why did you say that out loud? Oh my gosh. So you guys know that my kid is like a weird bug whisperer. I wish I had my phone, I would show you the pictures. But like, so if we find a spider in the house, she wants to keep it. Pill bugs, she wants to keep them. She just loves bugs for whatever reason. Like she's terrified of bugs and yet loves bugs. Like she found a spider in her bedroom one time and kept picking it up and letting it like crawl all over her and was like, it's my pet. And I was like, okay. So today we went downstairs and Clark came over and she was like, Mommy, I found something. And I was like, what'd you find? And she opened up her hands and she just had a fly walking around on her hand. And I was like, oh, you have a fly. And she was like, yeah. Its name is Sleeping Beauty. And I was like, you found a fly and you've named it Sleeping Beauty? And she's like, yeah. And so I got a bunch of pictures of this fly just walking around. Oh my goodness. I just don't understand. And then we stepped outside and immediately a butterfly landed on her face. And I was like, Clark, there's a butterfly on your face. And she was like, oh. Like she didn't even realize. This is insane. Disney princess powers, but for bugs. Yeah. It's very funny. I really want to like have, you know, like a little ant farm and stuff for her, but ant farms make me so nervous. Like, what if something happens to it and ants get all over my house? I already have like waking up in a cold sweat sort of dreams about ants. Why cold sweats? I've just lived in so many houses that have had ant problems that I have ant nightmares. I have nightmares about ants and I have nightmares about fleas. Grandor, what's up, dude? I used to catch ants as a kid and put them in a shoebox and make them a house. Adorable. I was gonna say kidnap, but yeah, I guess. I used to kidnap worms. I had jars and jars and jars of worms. Oh my god, wait, what? John, when I lived in Hawaii, I once woke up with a 2 to 3 inch roach on me. I accidentally smashed it on my neck and I had cockroach guts on my neck. No, I hate this. No, I'm not the one who rescued worms from puddles. But I did really like finding worms. Because, you know, we would be like tilling soil and stuff, and you just find worms everywhere doing that. Yikes. Bretto is streaming, you are correct.
Well, how do you like that?
Clearing out the sock drawer. Like going through and any socks that don't have a partner, getting rid of them. The best job. Found family pirates are on the horizon. And all the ones I haven't touched in years. Hello, Doogers. It's been a while. I've been ill, but a bit better. I'm glad you're doing better. Tomorrow's job is going through tights and checking for holes. Oh my goodness. For me, it's definitely like bras. I will wear, I mean, to be perfectly honest, like I only wear bras if I absolutely have to, but the bras that I do have, I have owned for far too long. They are decimated. It's probably one of the reasons that I avoid wearing them so much, because I don't think a single one of them fits me properly. None of them are comfortable, you know. Best strat is to get your podcast sponsored by MeUndies and get free undies for years. I don't know that they do that anymore. I think Co-Optional got sponsored by MeUndies at some point, if I recall correctly, but we didn't get any undies. I'm trying to remember. We get them every month. God damn. God damn. I gotta get one of these podcast ideas going, dude. There was a lot of Squarespace. There was Crunchyroll a couple of times. Yeah. Get the pod, get the spawns. Yeah, I mean, I know that MangaPod's definitely open to sponsorships. So, look, maybe this is a whole new world. Maybe this is the overhaul that we need. Get rid of the cams, and then start getting sponsorships. Jesse's end goal is to do nothing but podcasts. Look, whatever works. Man's good at podcasting. He just wants, he wants the McElroy brother life. Crunchyroll has sponsored us before on MangaPod. The problem is that they have their own, like, manga distribution. So we've kind of been clear, like, we're down to be sponsored by you guys for a manga that is only available on your site, right? But, like, creating a situation where it's just weird because they offer manga, you know? What would the Jesse Dodger podcast be called? I don't know, but everybody loves to goof about dodging cocks. Dodging cocks is the title that I think JP came up with. It's a good name. I do not like it. Thank you. I listened to you on the way to work on the Twitch app. You're already a podcast. Why, thank you. Shout out to everybody going audio only right now. You wish your brain was working today? God, me too. I was on the couch. Clark, so one of the I want this, but I don't want it, but I also want this sort of things that was going on with Clark near the end of the day was she wanted to be on our laps, but she didn't want us touching her. But she wanted to be on our laps, and she wanted to be all over us, but if we, like, touched her, she was like, "Don't touch me." We were like, okay. And at a certain point, Sam came into the living room. Clark was, like, lounging on me, and I was just kind of like this on the couch, just just falling asleep, and he was like, "Oh God." We were saying that if you have a toddler, you might experience this, but generally one of the big cues for us that Clark needs to go to bed is if she asks for something, but it turns out she actually doesn't want that, but she did want it, but she doesn't want it. If it's like, "I want you to grab this thing." "Why did you grab that? I wanted to grab it." "No, but you were supposed to grab it. I asked you to grab it. Why didn't you grab it?" Right? Like there's just no right answer. Poor kid. Their brains are so split. Just toddler things. Yep. All right. We're about 5 minutes out from Misdemeanor happening, so I'm going to send all of you over there. Let me read off the activity feed super fast. Thank you so much to everybody who came out to hang out with me. I apologize again for Saturday morning DOOGER not happening at its normal time and for not even tweeting about it. I felt so awful when I realized that I didn't say anything, but I was glad that I was able to be there for a family member and help out with watching kids. And Clarky got to see a cousin and all of that was lovely, but I wish that I hadn't left you guys hanging for like half an hour. Pyro Wolf, thank you for the 25 months. Switzerland's Otters for the 54. With Tungsten for the, or W4 Tungsten, thank you for the 7. Drowsy for the 53. Spiral Phoenixes for the 13. Meggie for the 44. Jillywan Kenobi, welcome to the Carrot Gang. Thank you so much. Rinbren, thank you for the 44. Difficult Deb for the 35. Capgun for the 57. Frankie Steen for the 19. Poldy for the 46. Dornish Vintage for the 17. PM Molu for the 16. Star Green for the 6. Tony Spade for the 43. Garen for the 44. HK Harpster for the 58. Quill, thank you again for the raid. I know you said that you left, but I appreciate it. My new name for Twitch, thank you for the 65. Shane, thanks for the 5 months. Arnar for the 69. Hanny, thank you for the 2. Brems for the 49. Svensonitis for the 55. Stay Ashy for the 56. And GK Gamer Fan, happy 4 years. Happy anniversary. Thank you so much for all the support. Thank you, everybody. Okay. I'm going to send you all over to Brett. So in like 5 to 10 minutes, we're going to be doing our Found Family Pirate show on his channel. So stick around if you like real play D&D stuff. It's me and 2 of our players are off doing other stuff. So currently it's me, Laura Shigihara, Masay, and Shane Hawk is all of us, I believe. Yeah, because Gerard, the completionist, is one of our other players who is currently guesting on a different game. And Hunter, oh my god, Dookie Shed? Is that his name? Is that his name online? Yes. Is also on the show, but he's doing real life stuff. So yeah, come say hi. We would love that. And otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow for Godforged if you're around for that. Oh no, not Godforged. No, we're back at it again with the white vans with JD Sports. Doing another big sponsored thing with JD Sports tomorrow afternoon. I totally forgot about that. So me and Brebun against Sam and Technic. It's gonna be a blast. So if you want to tune into that, yeah, and no Godforged, I believe. So tune into that tomorrow, or I'll see you Monday for our normal stream. Okay? Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you.